how to be okay with being superior. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. I'm a business investor if you're new here, and we talk business ideas, really a whole lot of the mental game that we go on with when you're in business or when you're really doing anything that needs attention, because that's kind of what I work on, is helping people to stand out and to be able to get attention, to be able to move forward with whatever it is that you're wanting to promote. And so in that process, there's this inferior, superior battle that goes on with people. And we talked a couple nights ago about inferiority and the imposter syndrome, and you can go watch the video on that or listen to the audio podcast if you're listening to this on podcast. It's a couple nights ago. And I wanted to talk about superiority and how there's a different way of thinking about it. Superiority can get a very bad rap because the term was co-opted by Nazis and white supremacists and all this other stuff through the years. And so just the word superior has a negative connotation with a lot of people still nowadays. I don't want you to think of superior as being greater than on all levels. I don't want to use it in that way. I want to use superior in the sense that you as a person and you as a business, if you have a business or organization, you have something that's of value that is so uniquely different than everything else. It is superior in that frame. So there is something you do that's better than everybody else. There is something that your business provides that is better at some level, in some way. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the other thing isn't good at what it does, or that people you may consider your competitor isn't really good at one thing. For example, you may compete with Amazon.com. Amazon, in most spaces, is superior in pricing because of their ability to bulk things together, to buy in such large amounts, more than most people. They can get such a huge bulk rate that they can offer it at such a lower price, plus they can balance it out with everything else they have, use things as a loss leader, at least temporarily. And it's really tough to compete on price when it comes to someone like Amazon.com. Now, maybe you have a way, but it's difficult, pound for pound, apples to apples, to compete on price. They're superior in that sense. If Amazon needed to advertise, they would always or market themselves beyond what they already are. They could market themselves pretty easily as being superior in those areas. But there's other areas that you could rise above in, that you could totally defeat Amazon, which is what my book was all about, 9 Ways to Amazon-Proof Your Business. You can compete with them on levels that they can't touch. They'll never be able to have the human element because of the way they're built. I mean, you got robots packing boxes and stuff, okay? That it is made to be automated by machines and computers. You can add a human element to everything you do. Even if you're delivering very similar products to Amazon.com, you can add a human element through your customer service. You could add human elements through your marketing. You could add human elements by adding value to a product. And therefore, you can be superior on that level. That's just an example. But you can be superior, and there's nothing wrong with being superior. In fact, you need to be superior because you're going to be viewed as superior in some way eventually if you're going to win the business game. If you're going to stand out, you have to be seen as being superior over someone else in some area. There's nothing wrong with that. We can all be superior in different areas. There's enough things out there that we can all have our own marketplace, our own followers and customers and so forth, that see us superior in some ways. Nothing wrong with that. It doesn't, just because you're doing good doesn't mean that someone else is doing bad. You're not stealing anything away from them. There's a competitive nature to business, but it's not a necessity. Competition is really in the mind. If you could step back and realize that you need to find out what makes your business superior. And if you don't know those things, you need to find ways of adding it in. And it doesn't take as much as you think. Okay, content marketing helps this. It really allows you to be able to be completely different if you do nothing but just insert, or shall I say inject, personality into your marketplace. And you can do that pretty easily with content marketing. Now, content marketing isn't for everybody. And one of the questions I get the most often is content marketing right for me and my business? Here's how you would find out. Go and get my training, content, whether the name of the training is, should we even do content marketing? And you can get that training by going to contentmarketingquestion.com. Go get that question answered for yourself. Contentmarketingquestion.com. Get the training, check it out, see what you think. I'd love to find out what you think. And tell me, do you have something you think you can't possibly be superior in your marketplace? Leave a comment wherever you're watching or listening to this. That's all I got for you tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.